So if I go right inside the My BDI here, I have to type. I can set simple type ServiceNow developer OK. Instance. OK, hit enter. So just click on the second link, OK, and you will be coming back to your sign-in model. OK, click on the sign in to sign up thing. Just search where the sign up button is there. Am I seeing the sign up button right? No, right, then let me go back. First, I have to create an account here. I have the account. That's why it is asking me directly to log in. This is for sign in. I should go for the sign up when the sign up button is. We go back one step. Because ServiceNow.com, and let's see if I found here. OK, this is for your sign in. To existing account. I think the page has changed now. That's why a lot of discrepancy I can see. You the ServiceNow I need on me user. OK, again, now I got the thing right. You look at it and create an account. If I click here, let me give my email ID here, and the same when you try to access ServiceNow. OK. You develop instance, hit enter. OK, now. Come back to the second name URL right. And here click on the sign button. He got sign in right because I click on there and it took my ID because I log into the force inside right. So now it is asking, do you code? I'll say, I need a guide. Experience. I click on developer and here right I get me finish setup. So once you do the setup, you see there is a button here, request instance right. Just click here. OK, once you click that here, basically what it is doing, it is creating an instance for you, or it will generate an API for you. Right. Once you go inside that, you can see the API. OK, so let the instance build up right. Prior to that, OK, so let it come, wait for a minute and let it go, OK. So basically, this is a service, now free tool for you, right when you work for a company or a real-life company. This instance already it will be by someone, so that will be a paid version. You can see the instance. It will be readily available for you and you can consume that instance for your savior. It's taking some time to build up the instance, so it will basically create an exact replica developer instance for you where you can view the ticket information, your user information, all the details will be there. So in the meantime I'll go to the other menu and let me download the Postman as well. OK, so why the Postman? It is required and why it is so important. I will talk about that. So I'll click on the Windows 64-bit rate and let me download it. So if I go to the download Postman, go download, double-click on it. Okay, so basically it is installing the Postman in your system, right? Okay, so it is still building of the instance. It takes some time, so why I require this Postman right? So we talk about right, how we can consume the API right and this Facebook instance right. They have exposed the API for you. That API. Using that API, I can build my own application right for my company right. So, before building the API for the company, or building this API and connecting to your saved environment, what API they have given by the Facebook? Right, you should know, or you should make sure, what API they have connected. Right, it is correct. It is accurate and you can make a connection successful to this API and you sort of have idea what operation you are going to follow. Right, if you this API, right, you should know all this thing. And once you test all this thing right, then only you will get to confirm right that the Facebook, whatever the API they have said, that is correct and accurate. So, but before you prepare this thing and connect to your application and to a real-time integration, right, you don't know, right, how the things looks like, and everything. So for that there is a software available that is called Postman. Right, using that you can do end-to-end thing of this application. And once you feel right, this application is good and everything looks correct for me, then after that you can integrate with your saving system. Why? Because when you do a connectivity, right from saving to this API, whatever they have said right unless you perform an actual operation only for connectivity purpose, you to test it, it will always show success. Okay, it always shows success, whether it fail or doesn't matter why. Because that is a web service. Web service reside in your right third-party server and if you try to protect connect right, it won't reach. And unless you do a operation. So what do you mean? The operation unless I create a user. Right. I create a user to save into the target system, it won't be reachable. Right, and to create a JSON user. Right, you have to prepare a lot of thing for your user and by the time right, you don't regret or you don't write. Notice that you know there is a failure, connectivity. So a lot of thing you know, right? In the first place, you cannot test that application connectivity. For that you got a lot of time. That is why it is always advisable, once you got the API using the Postman tool right on there itself, within fraction of minute you can test the API, whether that API is correct or not and we have the connectivity or not. So for that purpose, any kind of REST application, any kind of REST API or application, you can test it to the Postman and once you see the result in your API or in the Postman, then you get to agree that you know this application is okay and it is ready to consume by my save it. Okay, that is the purpose we use. The instance is ready. Now it to write and this is my username. They have given a .creator. Oh no, I should get an admin credential. This is not the actual thing. An instance. Some kind of anonymous communication happen. I should have received an admin user. This is user doesn't have the permission, so it takes little time to load the page. Okay, see if I open the instance right. Here it is loading the App Engine Studio.